Because in this form of life we can do something which we cannot do in other forms of life. So Mahabharata explains that 4 kinds of activities we all do in this world: eating, sleeping, mating and defending. So we are all busy in our lives, how to eat nicely, how to sleep nicely, how to have sex life nicely, and how to defend ourselves nicely. These are the common activities in any form of life in this world. But human life is not meant for these 4 activities only. We have to do something more. Just like when you have higher positions, we have to take more responsibility. Right? So higher position means higher responsibility. The CEO of a company is paid very high salary. Why? Because he takes very big responsibility. So position comes along with the responsibility. So human form of life is also very, very special. And along with that special position, it comes also the special responsibility. And what is that responsibility? Do something more than eating, sleeping, mating and defending. And that is known as dharma. Only human beings can do dharma, not other forms of life. But people are very confused also about dharma, especially in the modern days. So generally 2 kinds of people are there in this world: those who believe in dharma and those who are not believing in dharma. So those who believe in God, they are known as theistic people. And those who are non-believers of God, they are known as atheistic people. But generally, people are all God believers. But somehow, due to different reasons, they forgot. So human form of life is meant to revive that consciousness. And that is known as Krishna consciousness. So dharma means asking questions. Generally we think dharma means going to some temples, going to some holy places, give some puja, give some charity, do some good work. That is dharma. But that is not really dharma. Dharma means asking questions. What kind of questions? We are always asking questions. The life is all about questions and answers. But when we ask questions which are connected to our spiritual life. So what is spirituality? Spirituality means going beyond these 4 activities. And fundamental question we should ask: who am I? That is the first question. And when we ask this question, then human form of life really begins. You may say, oh, I know who am I know my name, I know my address, I know my profession, I know this, I know that. That's all right. But that is not the real knowledge. We have 2 identities. One is external, which is visible, and other one is internal, which is not visible. So body and soul. So how many of you believe there is some entity called soul in your body? You believe in that? So can you raise your hand to? Okay, thank you very much. But we cannot see the soul. We cannot see the mind also. We cannot see the ego also. We cannot see the intelligence also. These are subtle. But we can see the externals, our body. Right? So there are gross body, subtle body, and the spiritual body. So gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air and ether, which is visible. And there is subtle body, mind, intelligence and ego, false ego. And we also have the spiritual identity, that is known as soul. Body is changeable. So now he is changing from 60th year to 61st year. So you are all changing. Body is changing. As time passes, body is changing. And ultimately we have to change the body completely and enter into another body. That is known as, not a good word, death. That is the reality of life. So that journey is going on. For how long? Since time immemorial. We are caught up in the cycle of birth, death, old age and disease. So human form of life is given to stop this cycle. And how we can do that? By performing dharma. And what is dharma? Asking question. Who am I? Is there any God existing? And who is that God? What is my relationship with that God? What I should do about that relationship? These are the questions. Why we are here? Before this body, where we were? Where we were? After leaving this body, where we will go? So these are the questions we should ask. And when you ask these questions, then really human form of life begins. And then when we act on those questions, then our life will become successful. So on this day, the message is, take this life seriously, use it properly, because human life is very, very precious and very, very rare. And that usage of that human form of life is very, very important step to make the right choice. So Neeraj Kapoorji has taken that